Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody? I'm going to start on giving this a haircut while everybody's coming in. This is a 14-inch grapevine base that we're going to work with today. It's kind of a crazy one, so I'm going to do the best I can with it. Cleaning it up here. I'm going to try to make this fairly quick because we've got thunderstorms going on tonight. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep my internet. So we're going to plug right on through this one. I'm just cleaning it up on this side that's going to show a little bit. I don't like it to look so ugly. It's okay on the side that we're going to put everything on. Sometimes you can pull them right out. I'm going to pull that one out for sure. I'm going to trim these long ones off right here, and I think that's where I'm going to stop on this side. Because it's going to get all covered. It is so hot, y'all. It's so hot out here. Alright. I think we might be okay. We're going to work with that. We can go in here. I need to put some glue in my glue skillet. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Johnny Lynn. How are y'all today? How's the weather where y'all are? It's not so great here. So I'm going to move a little faster today just so I can make sure we get through the live. Whoops. Alright, that'll melt down nicely. Okay, so we're going to use these zinnias. Oh, come on. They're really summery. I love this, like, bright orange. It's got like red and then orange and then it tapers into yellow. So that's what we're going to use today. Some ficus and just a little bit of filler. We're going to do a simple bow, but we're going to start with our ficus, trimming it down like we always do. So we'll start with the big long piece. It's going to come down here. I'm going to trim that down some. We don't need all that stem. Okay, now as always, we're going to come down here, kind of lay it flat and weave it in. This is really loose on this side, so it's going to take some precision to do some weaving here so the glue catches onto something. Alright, so there's the first one. There's the other two. Where are we going to come? I think I want it, I'm going to want my, put our hanger. It's going to take a section of rustic covered wire. Just make sure it grabs a few of the branches. Go through. Oh, I got it. Okay, so we pull it down just a little bit, make enough room for a hanger, just like a loop, about like that. Then you're going to take the extra pieces and wrap it around to finish it off. And I kind of weave them in so they look like part of the wreath. So there we go. We got our hanger. There we go. Now we'll finish on the top. So now that we've got our hanger on, we don't have to worry about where we're putting these as far as, you know, blocking the hanger. So we're going to come in with a little bit right there. I'm trying to make sure that it's not coming out the back. Now, like I said, this is a real thin wreath. There's not a lot of meat to it. So it's hard to get things to stick to, and you might go out the back. So if you put your hand on the back, you're not going to push it any further than that. All right. So we're going to stick with that right there. Going to come in with this other piece, probably right about there. We're going to use a piece and a half, at least, of ficus. Okay, and then we'll do this piece. We're going to give it a little bit of life by bending it in the shape of the wreath. We're going to go this way with it. I probably went up too high with that one, but glue going everywhere. Alright, I'm going to pull this one back out and replace it because I put it too high. Actually, truth be told, it probably needs to go out there. But my bow is going to go down here kind of low, around the 8 o'clock, I think. I was thinking about trying something different, but for the sake of time, it might be better to not. Sorry. I'm gonna cut that down just a little. There we go. Ooh, it's hot in here. Alright, we're going to take some of these zinnias. I do not like the leaves that are on here at all. And they've got 2 sets. So I think we're gonna at least pull one set off. No, I think with the ficus we're okay without using the leaves because these resemble ficus so much that I think we'll be okay. And I don't want to put too much of the solid green leaves in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's take all these yucky ones and just throw them away. Alright, looks like we might have to glue some heads on. Now these are zinnias. You can use whatever color zinnias you like. Just making sure the heads are on good. Since that first one pulled off rather easy. All right, let's do the bow. I was trying to decide if I wanted to do like a black one or if I wanted to do just the tan one, but I think we're gonna go with black. Something, ooh, maybe I want to go with the thinner. Hang on, hold phone. Where is it? Do I have it over here? Alright. Got a whole stack of ribbon I need to put away here to my side. I have that and a 1.5 inch somewhere right here. So I think I'm going to do that. Let me get here. So I'm using black and white because if you look at the center of the zinnia, it's got black and white, like right in here. So I'm going to pull from that. Hi, Rhea. How are you, hon? All right, we're going to do 12 inch. No, let's do 13 inch. "13-inch loops. All right, we've done 6 loops, 3 on each side. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Linda. How are y'all doing? How is everybody? Okay, so I'm just gonna fluff up my loops a little bit here. All right. I don't know if I wanted to do it like that. I kind of like that instead of the one where I do that's got the little centerpiece. So I'm gonna run this right through. And twist it off on the back. And then we'll trim down the excess and fold the remainder down into the wreath. Yay, just like that. Okay. So these, oh, that's got a straight edge. We're gonna do our typical fold twice, crease it, and then roll. And then fold twice, crease it, and then roll. We're going to leave these hang just a little, just like that. Once we start putting in flowers, that's going to hold up the bow some. Whew. All right, let's start next with the zinnias. Just wondering. It needs a little something out the middle there, like that. Okay, let's start kind of right around the bow. We're going to leave the tips a little long. I need, where is it? Old thumb. Here it is. Because this is so fine, we're going to take the tip of this, dip it in glue, wrap some moss around it, put a little glue on it, and then we're going to stick it in that way. That way the moss is going to grab onto stuff as well and help fill up the room in there. Okay. So just a little bit of glue, little pinch of moss, or enough, you know, so you can not burn your fingers. Some glue on that. Come right in here. Once you start getting a little bit in there, you won't have to worry about that anymore. But you've got to get a little bit of layers built up in there so they have something to stick to. I'm going to take some moss and stick in there. From the top here. That'll help. Now we got to start coming under the bow. So lift it up. And right where you've put some of that moss, just push it in. I hate working with loose grapevine bases, but you can. It's just a little more work, and you need moss. You gotta have moss. All right. Okay. We need one up here, I think. Okay. 5. Let's do 2 more. And that'll make it an even 7, and then we'll use some filler. But remember, we're taking the greens off. I don't know if it's a unique idea or not, Rachel, but it sure does work. I mean, you can, if you want to do it before you start the grapevine base, whichever side you're going to be laying it into, just glue some, big clumps of the moss in there before you start gluing, or you can, do it like we've done it, just a few at a time, and then you build up enough in there that there's, enough for the glue to hang on to. All right, so now we have to come out a little longer down here, so ow, that one went right on the center of my hand, and I can feel on the center of my hand. Ah! Owie. That's why I like using my glue skillet too, because the glue doesn't get near as hot. That glue gun, whoo-wee, that'll burn you in a hot second. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gosh, we really just need this one to ride a little bit more right in here, I think. One more. Yeah, that's gonna blister. It's already blistered. Yay. Maybe there's enough to hold this one in. So yeah, I think we're good with that one. We're just going to bend it down a little. I've got glue everywhere, y'all. Oh my gosh. All right, so that kind of creates the line I almost feel like we need another one out here. Oh man, that hurts. Holy Moses. Owie, owie. There, I think that's good. It's back here, kind of out of the way. And I need a little moss. You can also put the glue on the moss and stick it in. Just as long as you get the moss in with some glue, it gives a base. We already cover mechanics with moss as it is, so this actually is saving you a step. Okay. So we're done with that. Let's clean up. Okay, now I've got these little, they're mini bundles of like little rose blooms, I think. They come from Michael's, you know, on that end cap. You know, they come in all different colors. So we're going to use these in little clusters. I think this was like little pieces I had left over from several bunches, and I just zip tied them together and figured I'd use them in something someday. All right, again, we're going to take off those yucky leaves. We've got ficus in there, and we're going to use other filler with green on it, so we don't have to use the yuck. If you don't have ficus, go ahead and use them. Okay. I'm just so hot, y'all. Huh. Okay, I've got some coming out towards the center. We want to give the center some love too. How many bundles do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's probably enough on the inner. Let's count some out here on the outer. So now you've got all the moss in there. Now you've got something for all these to stick to. See all my glue strings. Oh my goodness. I've got a fan on full blast over here, so. All right. As you see, I'm just evenly bringing this yellow color throughout the wreath, kind of balancing it out. One more piece is going to go out here. Alright, going to go right between these two. Perfect. Woo, she's so pretty. Alright. So nice around that. I had a little piece of ficus I thought we could put maybe in the middle there. Like so. Alright, now we need a little bit of the filler. I brought white and yellow, but I think we're going to go with the white. Now this is one that condenses. So we're going to condense it up a little bit. You love those little flowers. Aren't they adorable? I got them never knowing what I was going to use them for. And today is the day. I've used them in some other projects that never made it to show. And this is just the tall, wispy aspect that we always add to our designs. So we condense it up, and you can move all the little parts around. Okay, we're just going to keep going around, adding this. And then we'll be done. We will not use this whole bush. Probably not even half the bush, about a third of the bush is all we're going to use of this one. Okay, well that one's broken on the top, so we can't use that one. We'll use this one. I'm going to leave this one a little longer. Just make sure my little pieces are pointing the right way, because it's going to go in down here. Underneath the bottom. Alright, this one as well. That's going to go underneath. That's going to stick out a little bit like that. Actually, we're going to use more of this than I thought. We're going to use almost all of it. I was wrong. Whew, hot. All right, we're going to take another long one. Out here. Let's see, where do I want to put it? Like right over here, I think. Yeah. And then just a little bit in the top, and we're done. I love this. It's so pretty. And we're just going to leave these big and curly kind of hanging right there. Thank you, Sherry. I appreciate that. I got it in the way of my flower, so I'm trying to, there we go. There we go. I think got one more piece. Maybe, can I just fit it in somewhere? It's a great summery color. And this actually could carry you into fall. I think I'm going to put this coming out of the middle. Right up here. Like that. There we go. And then where's that little piece? Okay, this broken piece, I'm going to take one or two of these arms off of it, and we're going to glue it into the bow. Down under here. Side. We'll put a piece in. Oh. Okay. By George, I think she's done. All right. So what does everybody think? Whew. Hot, hot, hot. So we used half a bush of the zinnia as well, probably a little over half. There's four pieces left. We used some remnants of these little rosebuds, some white filler, a vine and a half of ficus. We used about 2.5 yards of 1.5 inch ribbon. And voila! Ta-da! There we go. I really like that one. I really like that one a lot. But now that I'm looking at it, we're not even. So I'm adding one more. I'm horrible. We're going way back under here. Just like that. Now we've got the color dispersion everywhere like it needs to be. Okay, does anybody have any questions? Thank you, Susan. I appreciate you so much. I have like 10 wreaths that I need to photograph and put on Etsy. Everything we've done the last many weeks, I've not even put on Etsy. I am horrible. But all right, enjoy the rest of y'all's weekend, and I will see y'all next week. Have a good one.